Hello and welcome back. I cannot believe it's this time again already, Maxine. Can you? Linear time is just right now. Okay, so ladies and gents, welcome to this video, which is called Moving On. Now, we're changing. We're saying so long, farewell to the Girlie Giggles. And we are saying welcome to Lucy and Maxine weekly chats. Now, some of you will know this, my clients will know this as I've announced it to all of you. However, to those of you that are not in any of my memberships or anything like that, you would not have heard the very, very, very tragic news that our beautiful third wheel, Donna Stockwell, is actually retiring at the end of August. Now, you may wonder why I've got a massive smile on my face, and it's because I'm freaking proud of her. You know, she's got to a point in her life, she's managed to convince her husband to retire as well, and they're going to go off and enjoy themselves every single day, whatever that looks like. Maybe they'll go walking, maybe they'll go traveling, maybe they'll go live in their apartment in Spain, maybe they'll get a camper, maybe they'll whatever. Like, I am just so proud of Donna, because the lady that I met back in 2016, thank you, I'm glad you know better than me, would never have done this. Like, she was so stuck in the, I've got to go to work, I've got to earn the money, I've got to do this, I've got to do that. And I'm just kind of conforming. And I just see this as the ultimate rebellion act. So as much as I am gutted, because obviously this beautiful soul that's been working with me from the start of Self Love Club is no longer going to be with us. And, you know, she is the boss. I'll be honest, where my business is concerned, she's the boss. She tells me what to do. She keeps me on my toes. She, like, literally, she's like, you need to call this person. You need to do this. You need to do that. And I need that. Where
you need to eat. She'd say you need to eat.
I know. She's always like, come here, eat some fruit. And she'd always, like, we'd be on the road and she'll always just give me some fruit. And I'm like, oh God, thank you so much. She's like, well, you haven't eaten yet, you know? So she has been my best friend. She has been my mum. She has been my sister. She has been my, you know, the person that I speak to about everything personal. She has been literally the boss of the brand. So unfortunately, ladies and gents, you are no longer going to be seeing our gorgeous Don Dons as she's preparing herself for the future. We will try and get her back at some point. At some point, but
from wherever she is.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully one day she'll be on a beach somewhere and she'll be like, yeah, I'll join you girls. You know, maybe we'll do a Girlie Giggle reunion. So just very, very long story short, what this is going to be each week going forwards, it's going to be a conversation between Maxine and I. We're going to bring loads of giggles to the table. However, we're going to be labeling them, naming them things so that you know what's going to come in the content. Okay. Maxine, how do you feel about Donna?
Oh God, I absolutely worship the ground she walks on, because I found her after you'd found her, or she found you, whichever. So she was already healing, but like you say, she was a housewife and she was a mother and she was nothing else. And she was very down because obviously she'd had such a bad menopause, but she always looked after everyone else at her own detriment.
Yeah.
So when I look at these pictures of what she used to look like, I just think, who is that old lady?
I think we need to share some actually at some point.
Yeah, I think we're going. When we know she's going to come on, we'll pop some on, because people will not believe it's the same person.
Absolutely.
And she'd sort of lost her marriage. It was teetering. And then she helped me like you'd helped her. And so I got my life back and she just blossomed. Yeah. And now her and Barry are like teenagers that have just met. Honestly, they're so, and they laugh all the time. They do everything together, but in such a nice way, not one of those, oh, he wants me to go out tonight, I'm going to have to go because I'm his wife, which is how I think Donna was starting to feel. She wanted to be the wife, but she couldn't because she couldn't feel it. And she just went from that to just this amazing, amazing person.
And she looks so much younger, doesn't she now?
Oh, like, God, yeah.
I met her, I reckon she's probably dropped maybe 10, 15 years.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, she's hilarious.
Yeah.
You cannot have a conversation with Donna, because I used to speak to her nearly every day. And I remember her coming back from a wedding dinner and poor Barry was driving. They had to pull over on the road because all three of us were just giggling because she got us on loudspeaker. And I don't even know what started the giggling off, but it just went on for a good 10 minutes. And when we spoke the next day, I said, what a waste of a phone call. I said, oh God, no, that was therapy. We just literally, and then because Barry could hear us laughing, he started laughing. So they had to pull over. And we just literally sat there for 10 minutes just laughing at nothing.
It's just
that is Donna.
Yeah, and that's why we wanted to pull this together initially, right? Is because the three of us just banter so much, and we have, you know, this really profound, beautiful, connected relationship. And like, admittedly, last week was a bit depressing, wasn't it, babe?
It was. I do apologise for that.
We were a little bit
cross out the giggles for last week.
Girlie Giggles, we're going to make you cry.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm just so proud of her.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of her.
And she's so happy.
Yeah. I announced it to my members on Sunday evening, my Self-Love Club members, and oh my gosh, she got so emotional. Like, she really got so emotional because, you know, Donna's been with me on this from the start. And what you've got to remember is, you know, Donna was the one that got on that plane with me after my blood transfusion. You know, Donna's the one that calls me when certain things go on with her and her family. And we literally have this relationship where we're, like I said, best friends, sisters, mother, daughter. We just have such a lot of love for each other and such a lot of caring.
And respect. There's so much respect between you two.
Yeah.
Yeah, which you don't get all the time with a friendship. There's fallings out. It's beautiful.
Especially in business, babe.
Yeah, precisely.
You know, normally you're like, fuck's sake, don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But Donna,
why is she making me do this?
Yeah, Donna and I work so amazing together. Like, and we've been able to streamline her role from what she used to do to like literally minimal hours now. It's amazing what we've been able to do. That's because we have such a beautiful relationship. And I'll be honest with you, Max, like anybody that works for me knows I don't care what hours you do as long as the job gets done. Like, I don't care if you have to go and pick your kids up or if you have to go to the hairdressers. Like, I don't need to know. I don't want to know. It's none of my goddamn business. As long as it gets
we tell you anyway.
We're good. I know. I love it. Right? Donna's always like, so I'm going to be offline between 11 and 1 because I'm going to Reiki. And I'm like, babe, that's really nice. Have a nice time. You don't need to tell me. She's like, I know, but I want to. And she's like, oh, I'm going to be offline tomorrow all day. And I'm like, babe, you don't need to tell me that. Like, you just do you.
Well, we were due to have a conversation last week. She said, right, I'm meeting a friend for lunch at 12. I should be back for 3. How's 10 past 3? 10 past 3. That's fine with me, Don. Just ring me when you get back. It's fine. She's brilliant.
But that's what I've needed. That's the exact person that I've needed. And I'm not announcing it yet, who's going to be coming in to take over from Donna. But, you know, I feel that person is going to be very much the same, which is really, really, really exciting. But yeah, just wanted to bring you guys up to speed because obviously Donna hasn't been around for a couple of weeks now. And I've known for a couple of months about this. It was actually when I was in Spain that Donna was like, I've got to change my life. Like, I've got to change my life. I'm watching your pictures and I'm like, I've got to change my life. I've got an apartment there I could go and live in. I need to change my life. And that was the catalyst for her to really say, open up her heart and confirm and, you know, put out to the universe her heart's desires. And look how quickly she's manifested it.
Yeah.
You know, and any of you out there that are like, oh my gosh, you know, life's too short, guys, go and enjoy yourselves. Don't put yourself at any risk financially or anything else like that, but go and enjoy yourself. You're never going to get this time back. Visualize it
as much as you can, because once you start to feel into that picture, it starts to happen.
Exactly.
And it's so true.
And a beautiful exercise that I do at least twice a year is I revamp my vision board. And I literally finished it about a week ago for like, you know, whenever, because I'm not actually looking at years anymore. I've just recreated this amazing vision board. Do something like that. If you are somebody that wants to go travel, you know, if you are somebody that wants to take time out and travel around the UK in a camper van or something like that, or whatever it looks like to you, get it down on paper. Like, put it somewhere where you can see it. So mine is actually, you won't be able to see it because I've got so many notifications, but you, like, on my vision board. is on my phone. So I can look at that constantly. It's not because I'm going to sit there and be like, oh, I hope. It's there. It's literally programming me in the background. So like, that's a recommendation, guys. Like, take the action, do the work. The universe doesn't know what you want unless you know.
Yeah.
Believe it's happened so that it will manifest ever so quickly. You know, it was only June that I went to Spain.
Yeah.
Not that long ago.
And literally everything has gone for Donna just like that. She's ready.
Exactly.
And so every day since then, since she made that decision, she's woke up laughing and excited. I mean, it's like honestly like talking to a child who thinks it's Christmas. Exactly. She's so excited about. We couldn't even have a conversation, to be honest, because we just kept laughing about it. Because she couldn't get her words out with the excitement.
Exactly.
And that's how beautiful life is.
Be around people like that, Maxine, isn't it? You know, like, I know a lot of people say to me, oh God, Lucy, I spend time with you and I feel so energized afterwards, you know, and it's because I know what it is that I'm after. I know my heart's desires, and I might not know how the hell I'm going to get it. Like, I don't know where I'm going to meet this amazing, conscious, gorgeous specimen of a man. But I know it's going to happen. I believe it. I feel it. I know it's coming in, because actually people are being removed from my life right now. So it's very close. You know, so the how is irrelevant. You just decide what it is that you want and believe that you've already got it, and then it will come to you.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I mean, I'm going to miss her beautiful face. And like, Donna and I speak all the time, as I'm sure you can imagine. And I'm going to miss that. But you know what? It doesn't matter how far people are apart. You know, they're always there for you.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, she's there. In fact, she's probably there more now, because I can feel all the vibrations, because she's so happy.
Yeah, exactly.
So she's actually more in my life without me having to speak to her every day.
Exactly. And that's the way we're going, right? We're going down the route of much more telepathy and stuff like that.
Oh,
and
yeah.
This is about the consciousness. When we shift up that consciousness, we'll be able to literally just say, hey, Doms, are you okay? Oh, yeah, she's amazing. She's in Spain or whatever. We'll just know. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, yay, I'm so excited about this.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Comment below your thoughts about Dom Doms. Are you going to miss her? I know we're going to miss her, but are you going to miss her? Send some lovely messages. I know that she will actually look to check in. So please do comment below.
And we will get her on wherever she is on a certain day.
I mean, maybe we'll be able to do it next week or the week after. Like in our normal slot, but who knows, before she actually disappears. But who knows, all we can do is just ask the question, right? But I'd like her to come on and actually share all the plans that she's got, and not that she knows her plans, but you know, just high level, the kind of things that she would like to be doing, because it might inspire some people, you know.
And we'll have a reminisce when she comes on.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we need to, won't we? That's how all of this started, wouldn't it? We were like, how far out did we really do that? We'll have to have a. In fact, I'm spending the day with Donna on the 25th of August. We're just going into London for the day. You know, I'll organise some surprises for her and stuff like that. But I think we should organise a girls' night out. Oh
yeah, without a doubt. We need pictures. It's got to go in the book.
I think we should go for an overnight stay somewhere and have a girls' night out. Yeah,
it's got to be done.
I'll propose it.
Right. She'll pin down the exact time she's meeting us.
I think that's it was so much fun, wasn't it, when we went to Brighton and places like that, you know?
Oh God, it's just hilarious.
Not that
I can still remember it all.
Yeah, the chips.
It was I mean, I've never met you in person before. And it was like we'd known each other all our lives. You know, best mates getting ready. Just bear with me one sec. Connor, what's the matter? Connor? Yeah, she's downstairs. You have to go downstairs. Sorry, I've got Connor and I can hear him shouting. Bless his cottons.
Bless. Oh, bless.
House full. 2 dogs and Connor.
Yeah, love it. Busy household.
Busy today, yeah.
Love it. So, Maxine, talk to me. What's been going on in the post office?
Right, so only one death, and it was expected, so it calmed down a bit. But now my boss has got a really swollen knee. So I took the mickey out of him because he's quite lazy. So I go in on Saturday morning. I said, look, crack on, love, we're opening in 5. You know, he's there faffing about. Anyway, he turned around to carry something and he was like, I said, oh, what's wrong with you now? There's always something wrong with you. I said, you might as well just go. Leave me to it, I'll sort everything out. So he said, oh, I've hurt my knee. I said, well, you're no good to me. I said, people don't want to see that when they come in my shop. We don't have aches and pains. So he went and sat in the back, and I could hear him on the phone, and he's a real, man flu job. Oh, I don't know what I've done to my knee, but I can hardly move. I don't think I'll be able to drive. And I thought, I can't listen to that droning voice. So I shut the door. Anyway, he wanted sympathy. So he was really moody then. He said, I'm going to limp home. I said, all right, well, it'll take you an extra 5 minutes. You only live around the corner. Off you go. People were saying to him, oh, what have you done? I was going, don't ask him, because you'll be there. So he's there another 20 minutes explaining. Anyway.
Nurturing it.
That's it. Victim mode. Anyway, his knee has swollen up quite bad. Didn't get a lot of sympathy from me, because I said to him, well, if you didn't drink alcohol and have sugar, you won't have that inflammation of the knee. Anyway, he came into work this morning and he tried not to limp. I could see he's still in pain, but he's trying to be a man now. Because I said, nobody's ever going to go out with you, if you just wimp out all the time. So that's him done.
Which
Rita's. Right.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't go, right knee. Oh.
I didn't want to get involved in the conversation with him. Anybody else, I'm straight on it. Rita's post-mortem, she had a heart attack. So her son is now questioning it, because they put the as well as positive. No. He's not having it. Yeah, he's not having it. Yeah. He said, no way, I'm not having that. He said, that's just the biggest load I've ever heard.
And had she already tested?
No, she'd had the first thingy, hadn't she?
Right.
Under pressure, but she hadn't had anything else. She wasn't ill. She had no symptoms, no nothing. He spoke to her nearly every other day. And I'd seen her, so but he's arguing it out. He's not willing. So we can't book the funeral. Yeah. Because obviously you can't book it without the death certificate. But he's actually quite a good character. Good. Because I popped round, saw his car there, and I said, oh, just thought I'd pop and see if I went, what is this? So I said, I've no idea. And he said, look what it's got on it. And it has got, yeah. So he said, I'm not having it, Maxine. So I said, I'm not being funny, but you lived in France all this time. Is there no French in your accent? Because I quite like the French accent. He went, I'll do that later when I've sorted this shite out. I said, I'll catch you later. He said, before I leave the country, I'll do you a bit of my French accent. Because I love the French accent. I think it's great, because I haven't spoken to anyone in France for years.
It's very beautiful when they kind of speak English, but with that French tone. That
little bit of a tone, yeah. Brilliant. So yeah, it's promised me that. But the day I went round wasn't a good day. It's like waving it in the air. What else has happened this week? So what's his name? Can't remember his name now. Oh God. My cougar crush. Can't remember his name. Oh, how bad's that? Yeah, he's been in a couple of times to buy cans of pop, packet quavers, got a straw. He's ever so sweet, bless him. But he doesn't come in for anything specific. He just sort of comes in. And then he'll just buy something randomly. But he's quite sweet. It's just a shame about his mum. Yeah. What else has happened this week?
Copper Chris, have we heard from him?
Copper Chris, no, he hasn't been in this week. He's due in this Thursday. He was working last week. Because they've changed all his shifts around, you see. He used to do late quite a lot. So I'd see him before I finish work. But they put him on early. So by the time he finishes, I've gone.
Right.
So no, but I did send a few questions over to him to ask his guy in the Met.
Yes.
So I should know that this week. So I'll have an update on that next week.
Amazing.
What was the other thing?
Dates?
No, nobody's asked me out. Although this gorgeous looking bloke came in. And he had an Irish accent, but it was very soft-spoken Irish, so Southern Irish.
Again, I love Irish accent.
Oh, God, and it was so nice. And I couldn't answer him when he asked me a question. And he went, are you all right? I said, I'm going to have to say, I do apologise. I normally know the answer to everything I said, but your voice has just completely blown me away.
And you're hot.
Yeah, and I didn't get to that. And then he said, people struggle to understand what I'm saying. I said, do you know what? It could just be a blur, but I could just stare into your face. And he went, well, thanks very much. If you're not so bad yourself. Well, thank you very much, sir. Thank you. I'll see you soon. Anyway, he hasn't been in since, but you never know. He might pop back in.
I love your flirting, Maxine. Well, thank you very much. I think
had you asked me out, I might have changed the tone slightly.
I think you need to come and spend a weekend with me when I'm in my new apartment. You need to come and spend the weekend with me, and we need to get you your flirt on.
We'll do role play with Lucy.
And then we'll take you out into the big wide world and actually.
Oh God, help us! I have to be all girly. Outside of the post office, I'm a different person, but because I'm still behind that stupid plastic screen, the boss won't take it down.
Oh.
Although not so many face coverings now.
Do you know, I've really noticed a difference with that. I've really noticed a difference. But what's very interesting, so I went to Sainsbury's the other day, and sorry to name drop, I'm not linked with them at all, but you know, that's where I shop. So I went in there the other day, and I was probably about 50% of the people were wearing them and 50% weren't. But there is always the odd one that I walk past that literally jumps out the way of me because
runs away.
Literally they're running away, and I just send them so much love because, you know, it must be scary where they live. It must be really scary, the world that they live in right now, and I don't need to add to that. You know, I don't need to add.
That's how I am. If people want to wear one, that's up to them. I mean, people come in the post office and they come in without one, but then when they come to the post office counter, they start putting it on.
Yeah.
So this lady came the other day and she wanted to transfer some cash. So I said, I'm going to have to ask you to take your mask down. One, there's no one else in here. And two, I need to be able to hear what you're doing with your money, because if it's wrong, I have to put the money in.
Yeah,
and she said, well, I don't think it's safe. I said, but you've just walked in the shop without one. All I'm saying to you is still wear it, but just drop it down when you're giving me your instructions so that I can hear it clearly. And she said, all right, okay. Anyway, she undid it to say, can I withdraw 500 from this one, then put it back on. Anyway, when I'd done all of the transactions, I said, look, I hope you have a really nice day. And she went, oh, thank you. I said, I just don't want you to be scared. I said, because you seem really anxious, but if you look at what you've just done, there's no common sense in what you have done. I said, so I'll just leave you with that thought. Anyway, she toddled off out, and a couple of lads came in for the sandwiches, you know, no masks. But she was like running around the other side of the shop to get out.
Oh, shit.
Anyway, she's been back in since. Same mask on, you know, came to the counter, took it off and said, I just want to say thank you. So I said, oh, no, it's fine. I said, I just don't want you to be scared. If it makes you feel better wearing one, then please wear it. But think why you're scared, because you weren't scared to walk into the shop. Yeah. You were scared when you got in front of plastic that I'm completely covered, you know, far away from you. And she went, well, it did make a bit of sense. Yeah. But I think from what I could gather from the conversation, her husband is the one that's having a go at her.
Right. Oh,
yeah.
And this is how it happens, right? This is how people get led down a different path. I mean, we're really being asked to stand in our truth right now. We really are. I know friends that are, you know, I mean, my mum even said it to me, oh, just get it done. Like, just get it done.
Yeah.
Like, you know, just stop causing an issue. Like, just get it done. Like, what's it matter? And I'm like, sorry, I can't be like that. I've spent like 8 years healing my body. Heavy metal detoxing from the ones that I've had many years ago and over the years, and I'm not prepared to go and put that straight back in me. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that for anybody. I'm here to protect myself, like you, Maxine, are here to protect yourself. It's not my shit if you are not prepared to look after yourself. It's not.
Yeah, it's true.
All I can do is look after me and make sure that I am in the best shape to be able to fight whatever it is.
Yeah.
And as you guys know, like I fought it.
Yeah.
I got over it, and I will not be taking it. No, like, it doesn't matter the levels of coercion that takes place. I'm not going to take it. But there are people out there that are being made to feel guilty by their families. And the reason I'm just going on this point a little bit is now is the time to be standing in our truth more than ever. Yes, you are going to be isolated. Yes, you are going to look crazy right now. But this is about ascension. This is what we have to go through to be able to get us where we need to go. And in years to come, like when your family, like your elderly family members that are coercing you into taking it are no longer here, what do you do then? What do you do then? And that's where we need to be standing up in our truth. And, you know, like I've said, there's been many challenging conversations directed at me because I won't take it, but also like I because of my Instagram account and my Facebook, the way that it used to be, I used to get hundreds of thousands of messages, you know, of people saying this is happening, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. So I hear about it constantly.
Yeah.
You know? We must be.
Well, mine is, it's like you saying, you're looking after yourself. The thing is, now shouldn't be the time that you're scared, because we've given you so much information, but it's being sent to you for a reason.
Yeah.
You're being told, you know, somebody putting pressure on you like that, like your husband or your dad or whatever. You have to look at why you're accepting them putting pressure on. Have they always done that? Yeah. Have you had that all the way through your marriage? Are you happy with it? Because now would be a great time for you to say, just hang on a minute. I do have my own thoughts, and go with your own thoughts just for a little bit without creating an argument. Exactly. I'm not saying go and divorce him, but just think why you are accepting it so readily from people who you probably never believed before, or who get on your nerves.
And you also need to look at why they are projecting this on you.
Yeah.
So not only what are you allowing, but why are they projecting it on you? And more often than not, it's because these people are scared.
Yeah.
Like, let's bring it into reality. People are scared right now. And do you know what, Maxine? If I'm going down, I want you to come with me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Well, that doesn't resonate with me at all. Do you know what?
No.
If who was I speaking to earlier today? Somebody said to me today, there's a number of doctors that have come out and said that anybody that's taken has a lifespan of between 2 and 5 years. Now, I've heard this many times on videos, but I don't really take that on. I know my own personal feelings and my own personal inner knowing, but they basically say 2 to 5 years. Now, if that is the case, you need to stop and think to yourself, like, why would I be doing something that could potentially reduce my life to that amount of time? Why would I do that? Because we don't know what the other side is yet. We don't know what we're going to be capable of doing when we remember, and when we go back to the consciousness where we remember. You know, how do you know that you're not going to be able to heal everything in your body? How do you know that you're not going to, like, viruses aren't going to exist on the other side? Like, and this is the thing, I would rather sit and be like, do you know what, I'd rather be ostracized. I'd rather be an outcast of society for a year or a few months or whatever it takes for me to be able to witness the potentiality of what we've got within us, because I already know it.
Yeah. But it's like friends of mine say, oh, I had it so I could go on holiday.
And how's that looking?
Yeah. How is it?
I read
because
today
they save up all year to go on one holiday a year for 2 weeks, right? Is it worth risking your life for that? Do you know what I mean? Because that's what you're doing, to be able to go on holiday for 2 weeks that you've saved up for all year. Right. And then it's going to cost you twice as much anyway, because of all the jibber jabber stuff you've got to have. Yeah, and then you might not get back because they'll stick it on a red list, or we could get completely locked down. And what is the point? All the time you're there, you're going to be nervous. You're not going to enjoy yourself. They've just announced as well that you're going to need a third one to travel. Yeah. Literally, I've seen it come out today. Did you say that before? Yeah, I know. It'll be that. It'll be that number. Yeah. Obviously, it will be. If not more, but I see this number. Before people start to go, hey, hang on a minute, like, it was only supposed to be 2 weeks. Oh my God, it was only supposed to be 1. Oh, it was only supposed to be 2. Now all of a sudden it's 5. That's when the people will start to awake. I just hope it's not too late by that point. Just talking about holidays, my 2 little sisters have gone to the Bahamas holiday. I don't know, maybe Thursday last week, something like that. And I was chatting to my dad earlier today, and he told me that both of the girls were forced to wear masks the whole way on the journey. I was furious. That is awful. Yeah. Kids aren't supposed to have to wear them, first and foremost. I mean, they look a lot older than they are because they're so bloody tall. I mean, they're up to here on me. Yeah. Admittedly, I'm a short ass, but, you know, it's not the point. They're 8. They're 8 and they're up to here on me. I was furious, Maxine, and that was British Airways. Yeah. It's wrong, isn't it? It's just wrong. Yeah. And I just feel that the proper precautions should have been taken. If, just in case that was to happen, I would have had letters and stuff to say that they were exempt. Do you go? Yeah. Sorry, but nah. No, it's wrong. But I normally go to Asda shopping. But good old Bob, because Ricky's gone now, the water guy.
Bye,
That was my last one with him. So I sent a message to Bob to say, Ricky we're running out of water, Highland Spring. We can get some other stuff. It's awful. I looked at the bottle and went, I shall not be drinking that, thank you. So he gave me enough to last me a month. But I messaged Bob and said, look, I know you're running low on water. So can you just make sure I'm going to get mine? And can you add me a few bits on? Because they've started doing veg and stuff as well.
Nice.
So he said, I'm going to send you an exotic box. So I thought, well, that'll do. Because he's due next Wednesday. But I went and nipped into Asda just to get a couple of bits the other day because Connor was coming back. And a lot of my friends who work on the counter always used to have to wear a mask. And I noticed they were taking them off. So I went up to one of my friends and said, oh, no mask, got a beautiful smile. And she said, yeah, they're allowing us to take them off. So I said, but haven't they just announced that for any child under the age of 16, they will give giveaways, free sweets, free drinks. What was the other thing they were giving? Tickets to certain adventure parks if they go and have the...
Yeah, I'm just disgusted.
So I said to her, they might have taken your mask off, but now they're muzzling the children.
Yeah.
And she said, but I don't understand, Maxine, why would you not want to protect your children? I said, the only way to protect them is by not doing that.
Yeah.
And she said, well, I'm not sure. I said, are you taking yours? She said, well, mine are only 8 and 10. I said, well, won't be long. I said, please don't tell me you're going to do it. I said, because there's going to be a lot of fights I'm having here with parents. I said, because I just don't listen. And she said, oh, don't put a brick through my window. I said, no, I'll just go and rescue your kids.
Yeah.
So she said, oh, I'll think about it. So I sent her some bits and pieces about it. But yeah, Asda are now doing it. They're offering all these incentives. I think it's from 19th. So that's this week. After good old BJ comes back today. Cobra meeting this afternoon.
Yeah.
Well, we know what Cobra meetings are like.
Wow. Isn't that interesting? And actually, I think that's quite nice to step into, because obviously you and I have been having a right old giggle offline the last couple of days because old Septic Peg over here has been nailing it all again, hasn't she?
Oh God, I can't remember when you told me. The thing's about May time you told me. Because I didn't realise Parliament closed for all of that time. I thought they came back August bank holiday.
Yeah.
And you went, no, it's September. They don't come back till September. They've all that time off. So these are the dates, Maxine, to put in your diary. And obviously we had the 19th of July. Then we had 16th of August. And I said, well, that's like halfway through the school holidays. Yes, Maxine, 16th. Could be the 17th, but it's more likely, does the 16th fall on a Monday? I've even got it written down, word for word, what you said. In fact, what I have to do, I'll have to take photos of it so you can believe what I've done.
I believe you, babe. I believe you.
Yeah, but other people might be thinking, why would you write down every word? Because when Lucy tells me something and then says, or it could be, I have to write down or it could be. Because there's always something in that. So I think there could be two things happen. Something today and something tomorrow. So yeah, she said they'll be back on the 16th because there'll be an emergency meeting of the Cobra.
You're welcome.
So that when I saw that, I thought, God help us, here we go. So now the next round of Lucy's is starting, because it always starts with one thing and then it goes up.
Yeah.
So God, we've got a fun September. Honestly, we have.
Now, obviously, I said that I felt as if they would be back early. Everybody told me I was batshit crazy. Everybody told me they would not be back in until September. And I was like, you're wrong. You're wrong.
People were saying, I don't know why Lucy's saying that, because we'll never have time to relax. During the school holidays, nothing will happen. They're away. I said, look, you sit like how you like. Just don't go on holiday on the 16th. You don't want to miss this.
Yeah.
And then when it was announced, I went, oh, here we go. Even Sophie said, Mum, Parliament's back on Monday. And I said, all right. She went, just like Lucy said. I don't even know she followed you that much.
Thank you, Sophie. Babe.
You were reading my diaries.
So that was the first thing we had a good giggle about, wasn't it? What was the second thing? There was another thing.
The joint Pixie doozy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So when did I speak about that,
Matt? Oh, that was last year.
Yeah.
That was last year when it very first they announced it was coming, and starting with the elderly, and we talked about there being no flu and what had happened with the flu vaccine.
Yeah.
And then we said, and then I said to them, oh no, they're still offering it to some people because I've got my first one at the age of 54, and you said, oh, well, there we go, there's the combination for next year.
Yeah.
So that was last year.
Yeah.
And then we mentioned it not long ago when they mentioned about the one you've got to have in October.
Yeah.
The 3 leading up to the 5.
Yeah.
You said, oh, that'll be another combination, more going in.
Yeah. And
yeah.
What was fascinating is when I was on the tube last week or the week before, I heard these 2 women talking about, oh, at least we can get the combination together in October. And I was just like shocked that I was over here. Of all the places I could be placed, I was literally placed on the escalator, on the tube, coming out in front of 2 ladies that were talking about that. Every time I'm placed in such miraculous, placements, if you like, so that I hear the gold and so that I get to see the gold. Now, there was something else as well, wasn't there? There was a third thing I think that we were speaking about. What was it? I can't remember.
Was it the banks?
Yes. Actually, let's touch on that. So Maxine was sharing with me earlier about October time.
Yeah, the bank sent me a new email saying they're changing their rules.
Yeah.
From I think the 23rd of October. Please read these. These will apply to your account. So I sort of skimmed through, but one says, we can close your account at any time without notice. And I thought, well, I need to look at that. Reasons. If you are abusive during a payment instruction online. Now, I decided to send a payment to Sophie and see if there was a reference. I think it's 9 letters long. So I made up a swear word, 9 letters long. And that's the only way they can kick me out.
Yeah.
I didn't send it, obviously, but, it had an F in it, a C and a K in it, and all stuff like that. But I don't know anyone that would, it's not like you can put an abusive text in there saying, oh, you gobshite.
There isn't a description field, is there, where you can message to someone? It's literally
all there is a reference. Yeah, that's all there is. And mine usually says mum if I'm sending Sophie money. Hers says Sophie, same with George. So there's nowhere to put it, but they can close my account without notice, without repaying me any money that's in the account. That was the other thing that's underneath.
Now, this is interesting. So obviously Maxine shared this with me and I was like, oh, they're preparing us for closing our bank accounts. Okay. Yeah. Now, whenever I talk about bank and finances, people panic. Oh my God, do I need to close my account? I'm not saying that. What I am saying here is they are priming us in readiness for this shift that's going to take place, because there is going to be a shift that takes place. If anybody hasn't quite got that yet, then I don't know where you've been. You must be well asleep. Okay.
I think it's been happening quite a while, hasn't it? It's just now we're starting to see real evidence of it, because you've been saying it God knows how long now. 2018.
My last project working on the trading floor was to remove cash from society. That was my last project. Now, they gave me that for a bloody reason.
Oh, yeah.
Because I had to know what I was leaving to be able to. So that was in 2017 I was working on that. That's when I left corporate. So all of this is coming. It's just a matter of time. Now, what was interesting when Max and I were talking earlier, I'm like, oh my God, I never remember her saying any of this stuff. Like, it's really great that you follow me and you catch it and you literally stalk every word that I say, because literally I don't remember nothing. Like, literally when it comes out of my mouth, I don't remember it. I really should write everything down, but I don't.
No need.
I'd be writing all day, every day, wouldn't I? But
yeah, well, I do that.
Yeah, no, this is why it's so good. You need to live closer to me so that you can follow me around with a notepad. But what was so interesting is I kept saying to Maxine, like, I feel October is going to be a huge month. I feel it's going to be a huge month. And then it came back to me what I had previously said of Jasara and Nasara in October, and then the revaluation in March.
But you've mentioned March 2022 quite a few times.
Yeah.
But you said you couldn't put your finger on it.
Yeah, and February 2022 is going to be big too.
Yeah.
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 I mean,
but yeah, it was just the fact that when it came,
it's going to be 2/2/22. Like, hello, that's my birthday. But it's more than that. Like, that's just me being playful. It's much more than that. We've got a lot happening. We've got a lot changing around us. Like, I'm really freaking excited.
Yeah.
I feel so excited at the moment. I feel
it's literally it's gone like that, down and up and down, and now I see it going that way.
Yeah.
Because I'm ignoring. I don't watch the news. I haven't watched the news in years. People give me information and I bat it away.
Yeah.
So I listen to it, but I only hear certain words anyway. And people always say to me, why aren't you affected by it? Because I don't hear it.
Yeah.
It's not part of my daily ritual, to watch that garbage. Yeah, exactly. I said, but I do see things on Facebook. Occasionally I only have to scroll the top 5, to be fair, and it's all there.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of them
at the moment, because obviously I'm only just back on Facebook, but like when the news pops up, I just go right and I just scroll it and I just see what's there and then that's it. But I don't take it on.
No.
I'm like, ugh,
It's like, do you remember the Ready Breck advert where the little kid would have his Ready Breck on and then he'd have a red glow around him? Yeah, that's me.
Yeah,
that's me. Whenever anything like that happens, I only hear what I need to hear and I don't read anymore. It's
interesting you say that, because I was watching one of my coaches. This is a total tangent, by the way. I was watching one of my coaches coaching a client, because I'm watching their videos of them doing their coaching calls to give feedback and stuff. And one of my coaches had a beautiful green glow around them. Like, I was looking at her aura and I was like, wow, that's amazing. On listening to what was being said, I was like, oh my God, that's so pretty. And usually talking about that, I'm like, and that's happened today. So I'm like, oh, interesting.
Yeah, you see,
fascinating.
Linked continually.
Yeah, always, babe. Always. Yeah. But I feel that there's a huge shift happening. I feel as if the meditations that we've done, the 2 that we did over the last week, have really shifted consciousness. I feel that people are stepping up a lot more into their purpose and into their passion and into their truth. I'm just sending so much love to Australia, because Australia are about 8-9 months behind us with this program, and they're going through the real fear porn at the moment. I know it's much more significant because they've locked borders down and they've done this and you're not allowed to go there without this and blah, blah, blah. But they are about 8-9 months behind us with that program in its entirety. And, I'm just sending them so much love, because, it was bloody awful, wasn't it? In December of last year, when we started getting this rammed down our throats, like people were bickering with each other. Like now, we just know there's a clear divide. Again,
the whole atmosphere changed, didn't it, when that started coming out?
Exactly.
It was like we were all helping each other to start.
Yeah.
And obviously enjoying the sunny weather when we first hit. Yeah. And then it got to winter, and everybody was just, apart from the fact it was cold and people were run down, the fear was getting to all of them. And yet it was a real big shenanigans.
So just think,
and now it's people are just like, people have got their opinion, they've got their opinion.
Yeah.
Totally up to them what they do.
Just think about what this winter's going to be like, though.
Oh God, yeah.
It's going to be a heavy one, right? Because so many immune systems are not going to be working. So many immune systems. Since having the virus, I haven't had a period.
Oh, still?
Yeah, I'm 10 days
now,
late.
Isn't that funny? Because
not so funny, but yeah.
It is funny for me, because Thursday and Friday I got really serious period pains, and I haven't had one since 2011.
Oh.
I hit my menopause 2012, haven't had one, haven't had anything, and I suddenly got this awful pain, and I thought, it rings a bell, can't think what it is. It lasted all day, it went into my hips, exactly like it used to.
Oh, wow.
And I thought, do you know what? Something weird is happening here. And I honestly felt like I was going to start my period. And I thought, oh no, I'm not prepared for that with anything.
Wow.
Yeah. And I had it Thursday and Friday, and I still had it Saturday night, because Sophie came back from a holiday. She went, are you all right? I said, you're going to laugh, but I've got period pain. She went, oh, good God, Mother, what's going on? I said, yeah, it's been a while. I said, strangely, Lucy hasn't had a period. I wonder if I'm having it for her.
Well, it's so fascinating, because I actually called the doctor last Friday and just said, like, I should have done my research first. I just basically got on the phone to her and I was like, hey, so I had it in July, kind of like early to middle July, and fine, got over it, no problem at all. 2 weeks later, absolutely fine, back eating, back out exercising. I feel really, really good. But my period hasn't happened this month. And she was like, oh, well, could it be perimenopause? And I was like, well, I don't feel it. I don't feel moody. I don't have I don't have any of that stuff. And bearing in mind, I've been around it such a long time. I would.
You would know.
Yeah, I would have noticed. Yeah. And And I'm like, I don't feel like that, you know. I'm really healthy. I'm regular as clockwork. Even with all the troubles that I had, I was always regular as clockwork. And I just said to her, oh, have you heard any stories about people having the virus and then missing periods? I said, because I know the this, it actually does bring it on quite a lot, you know, a lot of fertility issues, and a lot of people are missing their periods, because I had to get that in. And she was like, no, I haven't heard anything at all. And I was like, that's really interesting. So what do I do? You know, and she was like, oh, well, come back in 3 months if you haven't had a period, and we'll talk about it then.
Oh, right.
And I went,
helpful.
I was like, right, okay. Of course, I just thought, do you know what? Helpful as a chocolate teapot, not being disrespectful to any doctors that watch this, but helpful as a chocolate teapot, as fucking always.
Yeah.
So anyway, yesterday I found some time to do some research. All I did was women missing periods after CV. Yeah. There's freaking thousands of them.
Oh, wow.
Thousands of them. And this proves that it is a mutated virus that has been manufactured. It's proof. Because what she said to me is, oh, it might be a stress response in your body. No. It's the spike proteins is what it is.
Oh. Yabba.
All I'm doing, I mean, next month I'm doing a heavy metal detox and everything anyway, so fingers crossed I'll be able to literally just extract everything out. But you know, I'm like,
but it's just another, you know, people don't see this.
No. And this is
at all.
I was like, yeah, thanks for this. Just because you want me to talk about it, thanks.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, you gotta have it to be able to talk about it.
I feel amazing.
Yeah.
Like, my eating.
You literally, the same as me when I had it. As soon as I knew I was getting better, it was like I woke up one day and I'd never had it. I felt absolutely fantastic.
That is exactly
and
right.
I've never known anything like, when I've been ill, it's taken a while, you start to feel better. But this was like, I woke up and it's like, it's gone.
Yeah, that's bang on.
And you were the same. Yeah. But I just had the opposite, because I obviously had the period pains at the time.
Yeah.
Which was totally different from me. And you obviously had nothing.
Yeah.
But it's strange how you just get so, like you, when I saw you on that Sunday on your live, you were a totally different person who you'd been 3 days before. So I knew it had gone, but it's like somebody had magically taken it out. Thank you for having it now. It's gone now.
Yeah. And what's very interesting is my dad said the same. Literally one day he just woke up and he was like, well, that was fucking awful.
Yeah.
What I just lived through, you know.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't very nice at all. It wasn't.
Oh no, it's awful.
Say. And I've actually got a follower on Instagram. He makes me laugh. Him and his partner were really fearful, and now all of a sudden he's become into this warrior of don't do it, you know. But he's like, you know, outwardly says all the time, oh, Lucy says, you know, Lucy brushed it off really easily, and Lucy says that it's nothing. I'm not saying that it's nothing. It was freaking awful. But what I am saying is recoverable. If you do the right things, if you look after yourself, head over to the road of recovery, because that will be able to help you. In fact, maybe
you have to tell yourself that what it's doing is basically making you rest.
Yeah.
You have to rest, have decent food, as much water as you can drink. If you can't eat, just drink.
Yeah.
But I was lucky because I just had fruit.
Yeah.
I was getting the fruit in. But it's all you can do is rest. Don't start getting all stressed about what you think it is. Just rest it out, because you will come back better than you were before, if such a thing exists.
Yeah, for sure. And it's amazing. It really, it's been a very profound journey, this. It's very humbling. But obviously I will be delighted when I can tell you all that my period's back.
Yes, please do. Please announce it.
Because I was like, oh shit, is that my opportunity for children gone? Fuck.
Oh no.
I see myself with them, so I'm like,
oh yeah,
that's
a given. That's a given.
Consciousness for the planet, because they like to pick me for this stuff. Thanks, I'm really grateful for being picked for this role. Anyway, Maxine, it's my pleasure as always to speak to you. We'll have to come up with some really spicy stuff for them next week, so they're sat on the edge of their seats and roaring with laughter.
Well, I'll fish out the old diaries. Because things are going to be happening this week. We're going to start getting little announcements. Which when they come in, I just go, right, I know which book to go in for that one, which book for that one. There's going to be snippets coming through this week. The other thing I wanted to mention, did you hear about the emergency alert system that was supposed to happen last week?
We're here.
Yeah, it's supposed to happen all over the world. So it could have come on your phone if you're subscribed to it. There's notifications, emergency alerts.
I didn't even know that you had to subscribe to it.
Yeah, it was supposed to happen. Only 12% got it.
Oh.
Nobody in the UK got it. Nobody in Spain or Greece. And apparently it was the mainstream media attacked it. It was supposed to go, it was a test run on Thursday, either Wednesday or Thursday. So 2 o'clock their time would have been about 6 o'clock here. And it came up to say that they knew who'd infiltrated it.
Wow.
And it was the mainstream media. They'd actually stopped it from happening on the televisions. So only 12% got it.
Wow. But
yeah,
that doesn't make sense. Why would you subscribe to the emergency broadcasting system?
This the emergency alert system that runs in America quite often. They test, it comes up on your TV. But the mainstream media have had control of it for quite some time, which we didn't know about, and they blocked it. So you've got this app on your phone, and Factbook, they blocked it as well.
Oh,
yeah. So now you'll start to see the news going down because they're going to pick each one of them that blocked it and start pushing them to one. So you'll hear crazy stories coming out.
Oh, amazing. Love that. Thanks, Maxine.
Because there's some real shite coming out at the moment from, you know, like Good Morning Britain and things like that. There's like in-house bickering you'll start to see.
Oh.
And that's how they're going to take them down gradually.
Amazing.
Yeah. That's my little bit of intel.
I say, bring it on, my friend.
Yeah.
Well up.
Because once that starts to happen, when we know we're a lot nearer.
I feel we're close, though. I do feel that
I do.
Final straight, you know.
But it's for people who want to believe us, but just need that little bit of evidence.
Yeah.
Just start watching these silly programs where they start to in-house bickering. I think it happened on Loose Women last week. That was a funny one. Yes, Good Morning Britain and all those little, what's the other one? This Morning, is it? Yeah. There'll be silly little things that'll come out about it. And that's when you know they're being taken down.
Amazing. Good stuff. Thanks.
So we're definitely nearer.
That's amazing. That really, really is amazing.
Max, I come with some pop stars next week.
Amazing. Honestly, we'll be like this. Oh my God, bring your popcorn next week, ladies and gents.
Definitely.
Maxine, it's my pleasure as always. It's so good to sit and chat with you. Ladies and gents, I hope that you have enjoyed this. I'm actually just going to pop the Road to Recovery video on the end here so that if you do get the virus or if you are around somebody that is shedding, please use some of the tips in that to be able to get yourself fighting fit very, very quickly. Maxine, I love you, my friend. Thanks for being here as always. Ladies and gents, don't forget to hit the like button, comment below and subscribe to the channel to be notified. See you later.